Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Now, look, this is one thing I've been thinking about, right? Now, I know many of you guys who've been watching me, right? This is a thing that I want y'all to know, right? This is about the Supreme Court, right? Now, I want to bring an issue to the Supreme Court, and what I want to do is, I want to have the Supreme Court pass that every court in the state or whether it's federal have to ask a client or individual a set of questions based upon the ideal of jurisdiction. They should ask you straight off back, sir. For the record, before we proceed, are you a United States citizen or are you a citizen of the state? Or are you a foreigner, right? Like say if you come from Africa or Mexico or something like that, right? And based upon that answer is going to give the court the idea of do they have actual jurisdiction? Because I feel like a lot of people who've been challenging jurisdiction in that aspect, they have to get it set up by the Supreme Court where the Supreme Court can make a ruling on that. Because a lot of people who've been subject to this fraudulent jurisdiction, they haven't created or made any cases and submit them to the Supreme Court to challenge them. It's cost $7 to write up a case and send it to the Supreme Court so they can review it. That case can be responded within 6 months, years. It could take years for the Supreme Court to respond, but they only respond to cases that's very relevant. And what I mean by that is right. To establish jurisdiction, that can be something very important that we all can bring to the Supreme Court. Now they see like, okay, are you a U.S. citizen or state citizen? That can be normal procedure in every court. Now for you guys who like, oh, don't challenge jurisdiction, get out of jurisdiction, that's one thing. But I'm saying, what made this on like a universal level, where everybody, everywhere in the state or everywhere in the country, you will find that every court has to follow these procedures. They said, sir, how do you plead? You say, not guilty. Or before how you plead, they said, sir, what form of citizenship are you? And you say, I'm a state citizen. And so you say you're a state citizen, they say, case dismissed, we cannot proceed in this matter. And you like, damn. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm thinking about doing that, submitting a couple cases to the Supreme Court. I'm not really going to submit too much of a Second Amendment cases because those all get struck down. And the reason why those get struck down because a lot of those Supreme Court judges are liberals. A lot of those Supreme Court judges are paid by the legislation. By Congress. They pretty much work for these maritime jurisdictions. They work for them. And it's so sad that they don't receive gold or silver as far as compensation. They receive regular checks, regular United States Federal Reserve debt notes, and the United States is kicking ass right now. Nobody beating the United States. This admiralty jurisdiction, this fraudulent ass jurisdiction, they winning. And so I want a lot of us who woke in this matter to press these issues on how we can bring something to the Supreme Court. Because the Supreme Court, the only court that you don't have to have a lawyer there. You don't have to have a member of the bar association and to represent you. You use them for the TV show. Like you dress them up in a suit and they talk real good for you. But the people who doing the groundwork would be us. We'd be the one that's implementing everything. But we're gonna find a person that's gonna be our spokesperson to raise this type of issue to the Supreme Court. And it could be big, especially if I submit this and it can get a lot of people out of jail, especially those who are in the truth. Because just imagine if your lawyer go to court and I tell you, look, you can say you're a state citizen, so we can raise these constitutional issues. So even if it was an injured party and they ask you, are you a state citizen, they have to deal strictly with the elements of the Constitution and the common law. And you will say a lot of state statutes don't apply to a natural person. So the right to bear arms, you got that. You feel me? And this even can be even enacted with police protocol. So if the police officer had to ask you that question, you get right out that jam, no matter what you have in possession. And like I say, we have to raise awareness that there are two jurisdictions. We can't be naive to think that it's just one law, one way, one court, one jurisdiction. No, it's two jurisdictions. And I feel like that is something that we need to force the Supreme Court to be aware of and reconcile with. There are two jurisdictions that's operating here in the United States, and we need to make a separation. Separation of jurisdictions, meaning that the court that tries state citizens should be set up where it's a court that deal with state citizens. Or even if it's one court building and dealing with an Article 3 form of jurisdiction and one deal with an Article 1 form of jurisdiction, that should be perfect. That's why it should be protocol when you go into court. Are you this or are you that? Because like I say, it's a lot of us who follow this, but at the same time, these maritime courts only operate in one way, and it's not right. So I'm gonna give y'all an update on that real soon. I'm out.